Welcome to Bash Scripting for Beginners YouTube channel. In this particular video, we're talking about exporting variables. Actually, this is exporting. I was supposed to put T here, yeah. Exporting variables in Bash Scripting, and basically we'll be talking about what it is. Then how can you implement it in your own project? So the first thing, like I said, is what exactly is exporting variables? Exporting variables is used to make variables permanent. You know, when you declare a variable in your project on the shell command, on the shell interface, on the terminal, basically, if you declare that variable at once and you log out of that shell, then that variable will be lost. You are not going to get the variable the next time you log into that shell. But with exporting variable, you can make a variable permanent. So whenever you call out the variable, you are going to get it. So that's what we will be talking about in this video. How can you make a variable permanent? And there are so many use cases of this, but we'll be talking about just the main ones. And if you understand the main ones, then you can obviously implement it in your own work. So let's declare a temporary variable, just like the default one. Let's say month, and then say the month is October. All right, and you declare the variable month October, and let's say you want to call this variable now. You can just say echo. You can just put it maybe in a quote. This month is. You can just put it in a quote in something like this. Month. Hit enter, and then we can call the variable just like that. Just look at the way we call this variable. The month is October. Let's say for example, now I exit out of this shell command. Let's say I switch back to another user, for example, and then I switched back in. Let's say sudo -i, enter. Then I call this variable again. Can you see? It is gone. I ran this command again with the hope of calling this variable, then it is gone. Which means variable that you declare in this way is volatile, and it depends on the shell, because when you open a shell just like this, there's a process ID given to the shell, and when you log out of the shell, the process will end. When you log in again, you get another process ID. So this goes along with the current process ID. In basic times, it goes along with the current shell. So this is a temporary variable, and then the purpose of using exporting variables is to make our variables permanent. So how can you make a variable permanent? That's what we are going to implement now. So citing just this example again, we can do something interesting. So let's create a file, and we are going to put probably this script in the file. So let me copy it. Yes, I'm going to copy this, and then I'll create a file. So we can just call the file name is what month.sh. Then wait, correct, enter. Then let's put the content that I copied. However, you know, we need to set the compiler that will run this. All right, now we have this instruction. This is a very simple instruction, guys. So I'm going to save this script. I'm going to save it and then make it let's make it executable. All right, now we can call the script. As you can see, we called it just like what we got here. That's what we are getting now. But let's say for some reason I declared the variable just like I did previously around there. I declared the variable and I call it again. I still don't get the answer. I still don't get this value. Then what's the case? The point here is that running a script will run on the parent shell, and this variable here is declared on a child cell, on a child shell. So they are not communicating. There's no way for them to understand each other. So this is running on a child, while this is running on the parent. So there's no way they can communicate with each other. So one way to make to set a variable that will be available on all child shell is by using the export. From understanding this, then you can understand the global settings. So when you use the export, let's say you run this and then Ctrl C, just put export behind that. This export will make this variable available to all child shells. So when you run that, if you should run this now, we are going to get the right value. So that's what export does. It makes a variable available to all child cells. And mind you, this is still temporary. So if we try to just get out of this script now and then come back in, you are still going to get the same thing we got when we log out. So let's make this thing permanent, and there are two ways to make it permanent. First, we can either declare this export variable in bash lc file. Bash lc is a file that is loaded whenever you sign in onto a user's account. Each user has its own bash lc. So if we should put this export variable in that file, so whenever this user sign in, then this variable will be exported by default. Another way to use this variable is by putting it into, first let's see the bash src. Bash src is located in the home directory and it's .bash src. So to see it, just ls-la, this is the file bash src. So now let's just let's edit it. UI dot bash rc. No, we are just going to insert it, put the stuff here. We can just put the variable here. Oh, my bad. So just export month, then we can just put it there. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So whenever this user sign in, then this variable will be available to it to use without declaring it. So this will always work. So that's the main reason of exporting variables, guys, just to make it permanent. Another thing is you can also make the variable available to all users on this machine, and there's a file called profile. Let's just go to the etc directory, and then let's see, there's a file here called, okay, let's just ls, and then we are going to grep, look for profile. All right, this file here, when you input this command, this declaration, when you input it into this file, then it will be available for all the users. Profile. So, oh, I don't have VIM editor, so you can also put the content here. So if you put the content here, then it will be available for all the users on this machine. So it is as simple as that. I'll just put it there. You can try this out. So when you sign in and sign out, you are going to have this variable available to you. All right, so it is as simple as that. So with that, I've come to the end of this video, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.